As Layla stood firm, the chilling presence of the shadow loomed over her and her friends. The air thickened with an unsettling silence, punctuated only by the distant rustling of leaves. Rashid, who had been trying to lighten the mood with jokes, suddenly found his voice caught in his throat. Miriam clutched Sammy's arm, her heart pounding like a drum. The shadow regarded Layla with an intensity that sent shivers down her spine. "What I want," it began, its voice echoing through the trees, "is to tell my story, to reveal the truth hidden in the darkness." Confusion flickered in the eyes of the friends. "Your story?" Layla echoed, her bravery unyielding. "But you've tormented this town for generations. Why should we listen?" The entity's red eyes dimmed slightly, revealing a hint of sorrow. "I am bound to this forest, cursed to remain a specter of fear. Long ago, I was a villager like you, filled with dreams and hopes. But I ventured too far into this forest, seeking treasures that were never meant to be found. The forest consumed my essence, twisting my spirit into this shadow." A wave of empathy washed over Layla and her friends. They realized the shadow wasn't merely a monster, but a lost soul yearning for liberation. "What can we do to help you?" Layla asked, her voice steadier now. "You must face your own fears," the shadow replied. "Each of you carries a burden, a darkness that weighs heavily on your hearts. Only when you confront these fears can I be freed from my torment." With those words, the forest began to shift again, transforming into a surreal landscape that reflected each friend's innermost fears. For Layla, it morphed into a dark void, filled with whispers of self-doubt that questioned her bravery. For Sammy, the trees twisted into images of failure, showcasing moments when he felt he didn't live up to expectations. Rashid found himself surrounded by shadows of loneliness. Miriam faced a labyrinth of overwhelming sadness, each path leading to memories she wished to avoid. As they faced these manifestations, they realized that the power of fear lay not in the shadows themselves, but in their inability to confront them. Layla took a deep breath and stepped forward into her void. "I am brave," she declared, her voice echoing through the darkness. "I refuse to be defined by fear." Sammy followed suit, stepping into his own landscape of doubt. "I am more than my failures," he asserted, forcing the shadows to recede. Rashid, too, confronted his loneliness, embracing the idea that true friendship could dispel the darkness. Finally, Miriam faced her sadness, allowing herself to feel the emotions she had kept bottled up for so long. As each friend confronted their fears, the forest responded. The trees began to shimmer with light, dispelling the dark mist that had enveloped them. The shadow watched in awe as its own essence flickered with hope. With each fear faced, the bond between the friends grew stronger, illuminating the path ahead. Together, they returned to the center of the forest where the shadow stood waiting. "You have faced what many could not," it said, its voice now imbued with warmth.